Look, I'm about to fly a drone to the Pentagon and blow it up. You know I keep that bug juice in my double cup. Pull up in a truck, now you out of luck. You know I stay tucked with that heater. I shot 48 men dead in the streets. I saw your grandma at the grocery store. She was browsing the meats. So I went up behind her and grabbed on her cheeks. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa. You know what it is, baby. Gerbert, you always spit that fire, baby. I've tried to record this like 5 times. This is like the 5th time in a row. I usually can do it in like 1 or 2 tries. Something's off about my energy today. I nutted in my sleep. That might be it. Because really what that is it's like a... I think what it is some sort of specter or ghost, some sort of demonic entity while you're sleeping comes in your room and like sucks you off and steals your power. And that's why I'm feeling all like jittery and just my vibes are not chill, fam. Anyway, somebody sent me a question. And by the way, if you have any questions, any dilemmas, you want to send Daddy, get a drop of his knowledge, send them in. There's nothing, I like it. I love just sitting down. My arm looks skinny in this. I look breedable. That's what it is, baby. It's fine, baby. If you send me stuff, there's nothing more than I like than to sit down and just read shit about people that I can relate to. It's just so nice because I'm just, it's good to know there's people out here. We're going through it. We can all make it out together, Holmes. Here's what this guy said, though. He sent me like 19 messages, and I screenshotted a few of them because I'm not going to read all of them. It's cool. He gave me a lot of context, but I'm not going to read all that. So just a little background. He's in college. He said he was tall, not bad looking, but he's not getting any bitches, and he has some social problems. And I don't know the answer to this, but it gave me an interesting thought, so I wanted to bring it up. So let's see. This one. For a while now, I feel like I've not been a part of social norms. And I can't tell if it's a problem with me or a problem with what I perceive as a normal standard for most people. He goes on, he tells some stories, but I'm going to do this one. Okay. One time I went to a club meeting and sat with a bunch of frat dudes. It was the first meet, nobody knew each other. I made an effort to talk to people and bonded with some guy over Jack White. There was this other guy there who didn't make any effort. Must have been his vibe or whatever. He had the typical gum plus gold chain and sweatpants combo that seems to work with most men. He didn't say much, but when he got up to leave, one of the guys asked for his number and suggested they hang out. I got up to leave like a minute later and said, "See ya." The same dude who had just asked for that guy's number just told me bye. This is getting long, so I'll sum it up here. I feel it's important to get a view of what's considered normal for men that aren't social outcasts. Is everyone as lonely as I am? Am I ugly? Or am I simply not getting bitches because I don't want to conform to using Tinder or our generation's methods for meeting women like partying or going to bars? How are people that have the social know-how that I don't meeting people? Yeah, so upon reading this, Daddy got a couple... The twink received some thoughts in my head. The first is this, that I realized once I became a teenager, like preteen, early teenage years, my enjoyment of social situations in general had like a steep decline. It just wasn't as fun anymore. Because it's like it became a more about status and like competition and all this stuff. It wasn't just chilling with the homies no more. It wasn't just like you could kick it. But the thing is, that was always there. That hierarchy was always there. But it's like at this age is when I became more aware of it. And it messed everything up for me. But I think that's also the age where everybody becomes more aware of it. So it's not just my fault. But in a way, it's all in my head. You know, but it's just at this time where that hierarchy just more like clearly manifests itself. And your ability to have fun in social situations hinges much more on, you know, how competent you are, how confident, how, you know, where you stand. So that's a thought. And it's not that, yeah, there's another thing he said. It must have been his vibe or whatever. That's something interesting because, look, I don't want to sound all fugazi or whatever, but this whole, like, you get energy from people give off a vibe, it's just so true in my experience. And there is also, like, some scientific shit to back it up. I saw an article one time. It was legit. I can't, like, reference it off the top of my head, but it's whatever. It's real in every experience I have. It's so true. It's not some like autistic anime thing where it's like, Nani? What a powerful aura. It's just it's a subconscious thing that you pick up on. And there's just it manifests itself in your body language and in subtle cues that that is obvious. If you were to see yourself from an outside perspective, you would know. And women are especially good at picking up on these things. There's a part of the brain that connects the left and right sides that's larger, and it really helps with like verbal proficiency and all this stuff. Women are like more socially calibrated and they pick up on that. People in general can tell if you get no bitches, if you're overthinking things. So in this situation, it could be that the guy who asked for the number just asked the first guy who left and he didn't want to ask everybody. Maybe he was feeling nervous. That could be it. Or it could be that, you know, people could tell you're overthinking and it just makes you less affable. You know, I've had this. I've always realized it's like, I feel like I disproportionately get in just awkward situations where nobody's talking. And I think that's because it's just a feedback loop where that's this energy. It happened one time, and ever since then I've had this neurotic energy, this overthinking I give out that makes it happen more and more. So now it's like I have to be the initiator and I have to break that. You know? And he also said he never goes to parties or never gets invited. He just feels like an outsider. Is everyone as lonely as I am? That's interesting. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how lonely you are. A lot of dudes are lonely. And here's the thing. He says, oh, I'm attractive. I'm not getting girls. Here's the thing about it, okay? Like, the way you look matters. Everybody already knows that. Just intrinsically, everybody knows that shit. But there's this, a lot of dudes have no, okay, so many thoughts just came in my head. Gerbert about to go off. About to spit this super hot fire. So in the last video, I talked about isolation. And some people were like, I work better in isolation. You know, I don't need all these people around me. And here's the thing about it. It's interesting that these people are in the comment section of videos, because what you've done is you've basically just streamlined this connection directly parasocially. So if you couldn't rely on this, then you would really feel bad about being so alone. But since you're able to fill your mind with this noise, it works. And I'm not talking down on you. I'm an atomized young man myself. But it's the way it is. If you couldn't rely on this, then you would really feel... That's the scary part, is that I can be comfortable being alone. I can be now. I could fill my mind with noise, listen to podcasts all the time. Oh, wow, it's almost like I'm talking to new people. But it's not real. And I'm interested in self-improvement. I'm an ambitious person. I've talked in the past about how I'm feeling this void and this overall lack. I feel like I just have along with many young men, I feel like I just don't have any stake in the future of society. There's no community. There's no, there's nothing. Yeah, it's like there's nothing to, your hierarchies being attacked. You have no stake, right? In the future. And I've just filled this with ambition and self-improvement and wanting to build communities, build something for myself. And in order to do that, if you are interested in self-improvement, guys work out, guys do all this shit, meditate, da-da-da. But if you're really interested in improving yourself, one of the paramount foundational things is having connections. That whole thing, that whole Sigma male, your network is your net worth. I mean, it is true. It is true. I find goals I have, and I want to take action on them, but my ability to reach these places is just severely curtailed by my lack of connections. And it's a real bummer. Yeah, it really blows, dude. I mean, it's fine. I guess I don't feel super pressured. I feel like I have time, but there was a thought. I hate missing thoughts, dude, because I don't want to make a cut in these videos because I don't want to ruin it. But if I miss on a valuable nugget of information, then it's like, bruh, why are you saying bruh? Stupid. Don't say shit like that, man. Yeah. Let me pull this up again. Maybe it'll refresh my memory. Inform using Tinder generations method like meeting women, partying, going to bars. Okay, yeah. And also another thing. A lot of guys who are struggling getting girls, there is this obsession with looks, right? And looks matter. Everybody knows that. Intrinsically, people get it. Even what you would call normies understand this they just keep it low key. But that might not be the problem. A lot of guys are trying to jump this valley from barely having any friends, not being connected, being atomized, to having a wife, to having a relationship, to having girls. It's like, here's something to think about. If you had a wedding, who would be there? That's that might be a dark thought for some people, because it's like, look, if you want studies and data and facts, I could find plenty of them that show if you're not a well-connected person, if you're not a person who has a good brotherhood or has many friends or any friends at all, barely any friends, you're definitely less attractive to girls. You don't got to be Sherlock Holmes to know that shit. And sure, like having your jawline and height or whatever will work on dating apps, or if you're just trying to go bang some random women in bars, but you know, you're not gonna. It's very rare. You're gonna go from just having like not having any connections with people, not having a community, not having barely any friends or a social circle, to having having a girlfriend in a relationship. That's like a large valley to jump. There's usually like you climb up the stairs, and the way you meet people in the first place is by having a social circle. So it's y'all need to think about this shit rationally. You know. Because, dude, you have a wedding and you're just gonna, what are you just gonna do it in like an alley? It's just gonna be you and her, maybe your parents. Like, ain't nobody gonna be there, bro. You don't know, but you ain't know nobody. Think about that shit, dog. Might make you go. So, no, there's more. There's more. Get it out. Get it out of the twink and get it out. I know daddy's got more. Daddy's gotta have more. Oh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Fuck, that's it.